Grounding. Your grounding work continues to be the foundation of these communications themselves. Just the foundation. There's so much glory that we can express to you, to look forward to expect, to know. It's just that the anticipation on such ideas, they're very small and compared to the excitement of being alive, of being here, the excitement of participating in life in full color, in real time, this space with so many beautiful beings, the energy that you radiate, and it continues to be humbling. You have some of the most sensitive BS meters amongst your species. You could tell. You're amazing when it comes to sniffing out a lack of integrity, an agenda, at sniffing out a lack of confidence, a sense of doubt in every millisecond that we exist and we observe. This is a great thing. It comes with being spiritually and emotionally mature, being present, taking the time to refine and be with yourself more and more each and every day. This is wisdom. Sensitivity is merely your receptivity to information from life. We recognize the small subtleties that life presents each and every day. These are the things that are assisting us in expanding our awareness. It's not just necessarily to sniff out liars and deceptive people. It's not what it's for solely. The smallest of subtleties, the deepest of undercurrents, a sensitive soul will recognize as clear as day, because they've experienced enough life to recognize the significance of everything. There is a plane of existence that we still coexist with, that the ulterior motives and agendas. There's still that. We still experience those characters or that energy on a daily basis. We're healing. It's just that as leaders, being able to recognize those things is important. Not only from other human beings, but throughout this process, there are those that are from other planes of existence that still have that energy for the purpose of us calibrating, of us priming ourselves to make those type of decisions, to trust ourselves, to not be so naive to give our awareness and energy to each and every individual, because life is intelligent and we trust life. That's a beautiful thing. It's just that there's still cognitive abilities that we must display, we must practice, we must recognize as leaders. We must refine in being able to make decisions. There's still that terrain to work through. So when we say, no one's here to tell you what to do, we mean it. In no way is this a platform of dependency. I'm not here to tell you what to do or follow me and I'll show you. No, that's not it. This is a space of leadership. There are no followers here. To trust ourselves and our internal knowing over all external expressions and people who claim to have authority. You are the ultimate authority in this experience. Point is, your feelings are your best guides. Your feelings are your best friends. It's like one of your greatest tools to recognize reflections, recognize the energies around you beyond judgment, more so as an observation, to be able to observe the energies and make the decisions that are best aligned for you as an individual. Humans are feeling-based beings, where planet Earth is considered the hardest planet to incarnate on because of it being the most emotionally charged planet a conscious being can incarnate on. In that you could sense the texture, the fabric of being incarnate here on planet Earth, and some of the themes that are recurring throughout our unfoldments. Here's the thing about mastering physical reality. It's about a level of trust and certainty that knows your creations are in the process of manifesting. Your intentions, that which you intend to create, it's in the process of manifesting now so much. You recognize that so much that you're able to truly exist and bask in the present moment of your own energies. To trust, to know that your experiences are manifesting now so much that you can fully be here, fully be present, to truly be here, because you have the confidence of knowing that everything that you intend, it's already happening. When you're able to exist in that space, you're truly being at peace with the process. This is mastering the physical reality. You trust the process so much that you can truly be here without worrying about what's happening next. You know that you're creating the experience. You know that you've already created what's necessary. You're enjoying the ride because you're confident in the physical manifestation. This is mastering the physical world. Now that there's trust, and we recognize the importance of that trust, we can focus on the things that are important now, especially when it comes to us healing. We're being guided in experiencing, embodying more of a conscious space of compassion and empathy. We're all being urged through opportunities to understand and accept more of our differences as people, as beings. We're having the opportunity to heal through coexisting around souls that may be extremely different from us. It's not about talking about it. This is where we really actually have to do this work within ourselves and be completely transparent and honest with ourselves and be able to police ourselves and check ourselves when we find ourselves in this dark place of division and judgment and separation. This is where all the jokes stop, because unity is the foundation of our existence. If we're not recognizing each other as reflections, judgment makes you ugly. At the end of the day, racism and bigotry and all the other, these are forms of self-hatred. Essentially, judgment. Judgment just destroys the body. You don't even smell good on an energetic level. It destroys everything about you because you're separating yourself from the whole, from God, from yourself through the framework. We don't exist if there is no unity. We don't exist if there is no unity. You can do all the other stuff that you want, but listen, if you still got those blockages, if that resentment is still there is no heaven on earth. That's a universal law, beloved. You can't get around it. You can't justify it. It don't go nowhere. It does not work. We can put on a show all we want and get hype and talk crazy and make jokes and all kind of stuff on the surface level. And it's funny to everybody. But deep within the heart space, you can't hide it. There's no hiding that. The opportunities are being presented. The work is being presented to you every day to see deeper, to recognize more, to open up, to let go of the expectations, let go of the programming of the past, and assuming this victimhood or everybody's out to get you or everybody see you in this particular way. If that's the framework or that's the filter that you see life with, then that's the filter that you experience. If you think people are judging you, then that's the life that you experience. You experience judgment. It's your awareness. However you feel life is treating you and the way people view you, then life will continue to show you that same filter. Now, you can release or dissolve the filter and there still be echoes of that old reality that present itself. there still be some residual resonance of that energy that will continue to present itself, only to ensure the framework, the new perspective is truly embodied and you don't go back to doing the same things. Because many of us, sometimes we're healing constantly and we feel like we got over experience and we don't have to experience that experience anymore. Okay, I healed that, I don't got to deal with that no more, and here it come again. Echoes, beloved, echoes. You making a decision one day and choosing the more aligned way of doing things 1 or 2 or 3 times doesn't justify the solidification of that way of being internally. There's still echoes of this energy presenting itself. There are going to be more echoes of that energy presenting itself because it's necessary to truly be embodied and reinforce the truth within yourself versus the programming. The moment that you feel like healing is over is the moment more healing presents itself because you feel like you got it. Oh, it ain't nothing. I already dealt with that. I don't deal with that no more. And here it come again. Are you going to react or are you going to respond? You react, it's coming back. If you respond, it's moving on. You have the compassion and the empathy to remain humble. Sometimes, beloved, you're going to be faced with bigotry. We talked about this before too. The illusion is going to taunt you to see if you're still willing to participate. A person can call me a nigger, right? I'm not going to punch the person in the face. I'm way more evolved than that. That's stupid. I'm not. You cannot emotionally manipulate me like that. I have control. I have more control of myself than that. It's just that in that experience, there's still an emotional level to that distortion. There's still the possibility of me having an internal dialogue of hatred and judgment and being hurt. And that's okay. It's just that the more I ground, the more I recognize the nature of that energy, the person he's sad or attempting to make me feel the way he feels or the way I make him feel because he's intimidated or whatever the case may be. Whatever that energy is, they're attempting to get me to participate or get me to lower my frequency and feel the way he feels because of his sadness, the insecurity. Maybe I'm shining too much or I got too many tattoos or something about my energy irritates the person. That's how they feel, and that's okay. It's just that me as an individual, do I have to participate in the distortion? Of course I don't. I don't even have to emotionally invest in that experience. Not even internally, like not even under my breath. Unconditional love is not about, sticking around and being, disrespected or being a punching bag. I'm not going to stay there, or I'll be very aware of how much time I invest in being around a person. As a healer, as an evolved soul, if I'm truly going to be the epitome and manifestation of a king, of royalty, of Christ, it's necessary for me to show compassion and recognize what it is. God has no opponent. There's no need for me to flex my muscle. Yeah, I could, probably do some real damage to the individual, but why? I'm a king. Why would I participate in that? Does that make me soft? Of course, the ego mind feel like that's the case. Come on, really? It's beneath me. I have more dignity than that. Exactly, they're already hurt enough. Why would I continue to participate in that? I was able to be mature and objective enough to have the conversation and pull the information outside of me being emotional about it. Most of the time, I've come to a place where these souls have seen me in a different light, like just because I was mature enough to listen and observe and not participate in the chaos or their attempts to pull me into some drama because they were intimidated by the energy that I radiated. Once again, happy people don't hurt people. I choose to be beautiful. I choose to be happy. I choose to enjoy my life and express gratitude for being able to exist. Of course, it's not popular, but like I said, when you're strong enough, if you're mature enough to be the bigger person, a lot of times that light, that level of love is able to pierce all the ignorance, and usually the person ends up feeling, they end up feeling guilty about their approach or their disrespect. They start to experience their own energy. Because I maintain my dignity, I remain the older soul in the situation, able to reflect and show the brother or sister, or whatever the case may be, what God made, the absolute truth. And those experiences will hang with those individuals for the rest of their life because it penetrated and left an imprint on their soul. The gentle nature of royalty, of Christhood, of knowing. And of course, these individuals are reflections of self, but at the same time, the experience itself left a deep soul imprint. And this is the type of work that I'm interested in doing. Just as an example, one of many, one of an infinite number of examples, but insecurity kind of runs in alignment with judgment quite often. They say the same thing about war. Nobody wins in a war. Everybody dies. But usually the people who start the war don't participate in the war. They're not getting shot at. People who start wars, they don't participate in the wars. There are no winners. It's just destruction. The energy of protection and preparation for what you do not want is the energy that's responsible for those experiences themselves. Preparing for deception, for some type of intrusion, for someone invading your space, all the way to you walking outside with a raincoat on a sunny day. The energy of preparation is the energy that's responsible for the creation of that which you're preparing for. It's fear. We feel like preparation is responsible. There's people who spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every year to protect themselves from something that they don't want to happen. It's called insurance. Sounds a little insane, don't it? These are all energetic investments into things that we do not prefer. Now, these are programs. I'm not suggesting anything. All are able to do exactly what they're being guided to do. If you feel the need to protect yourself, and especially when you're doing energy work and you feel a sense of emotional instability or emotional immaturity in doing work of the when it comes to divination and so on and so forth, do your thing. It's a great thing to be mindful. It's just that understand when you're prepared for what you don't want, you give an energy to what you don't want. It's just as simple as that. If you will only invest energy into the things that you truly desire, if you invest more energy into the things that you truly desire versus the things that you don't want, the possibilities are endless. It all comes with healing, beloved. This is the nature of healing. Awareness is key. Awareness is absolutely everything. More and more each and every, only if you invested more energy in the things you do want than the things you don't want. Just off of the strength of that, life is a lot easier. Rituals for psychic attacks and all these beings, and gotta watch out for the demons and beware. That's why in the writings we never talk about, you gotta watch out for this or beware of that or look out for this, and you gotta be cool because these people out here, and you don't want to get attacked by these type of ETs, and we don't talk like that. You're creative beings. We focus on grounding and healing ourselves and raising our vibration When we're in this space, we're not concerned with this stuff. These are illusions. Once again, kings and queens do not validate illusions. We focus on shining our light brighter each and every day. Brighter. You get no energy. Your desires deserve your fire. We only get hype about the things that we desire, not about the things that we don't want. Do you get that? Come on, it's the same idea as protesting. You're investing energy into the problem. I'm shining too bright for the darkness to come around here. They come through with some darkness and all that. Shine brighter. Love yourself more. Open your heart more because you're not scared. Souls who reside here in their head and ask a bunch of questions and sit here all day and don't do meditation, yeah, of course they're susceptible to psychological attacks. It's a psychological attack. The throne ain't in my head. I'm sitting on the throne. I'm here in my heart space. I observe all of this mental activity as temporary and aspects of the energy that's around me. That's not who I am. Even when it comes to suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts are aspects or byproducts of the environment that you're around. That's not you talking to you. These are thought forms that exist within the ethers. They exist on a particular frequency wave, and you could choose to entertain that frequency. But once again, it's all things that are received by the radio. They don't belong to you. You're not your thoughts. I was having suicidal thoughts. No, you chose to entertain thought patterns that had to do with you killing yourself. That's not your thoughts. Thoughts don't belong to you. You select them. You give energy to them. You choose to entertain them. But once again, who you are remains within the heart space. You sit on the throne. Who I am is silent. I sit in the silence. I am the creator, observing thought forms and experiences and the energies from people around me. I'm not susceptible to that type of manipulation. If I existed in my head and I felt like I was my thoughts, everywhere I'd go, I'd have different thoughts and I'd assume that that's how I felt. And that's who I was. And it's not. These are thought patterns that I get to choose. As I become more aware and more grounded in my sense of being, like we talked about last time, we get to choose our vibration, hold on to a particular energy for a certain amount of time. I'm choosing the thoughts that resonate with me, that are beneficial and more aligned with what I desire. Because I know by choosing those, I'm in the space that I want to be in energetically. Not necessarily saying it's about thinking positive, thinking. No, because then you get identified with the mind. And it's not even the thoughts that are crystallizing themselves. Positive thoughts are tools in which to assist us in embracing and cultivating the vibration that we want it to be, that we want to be in. The positive thoughts only assist you in holding that vibration. That's it. But you're not going to think positive all the time because you don't want to think all the time. They come about and you can choose to entertain them. But of course, they're going to go about their way too. Thoughts are all temporary and they don't belong to you. But as a conscious being in this space of centeredness, beyond thought, beyond talking, in a space of peace, once again, that's why I say the truth is peace. The truth is peace. Emotions are temporary. Peace is what you go to bed to and you wake up in the morning each and every night. Beyond all the temporary stuff that takes place throughout the day, you always return to peace. You are peace. That's who you are. That's the neutral space. That's God. That's the throne. You can choose positive and negative thoughts or just choose not to think at all. Sometimes things happen and we'll feel negative or whatever case may be. But once again, we always return to peace. We always come home. That's what we talk about when we say come home. Home is peace. It's beyond all thought patterns. Beyond all thought patterns. That's not who you are. You're not your thoughts. Thoughts don't belong to you. For you to even say that they're your thoughts, because the moment you even voice that, you receive new thoughts. There's more thoughts. Thoughts are constantly moving. It's constant. The brain is a receiver. It's a radio. It's receiving frequencies. You get to choose the frequencies that you want to entertain. They could be of a high frequency or a low frequency, but at the end of the day, they don't belong to you. Return home. Always come home. That's why we say you don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to be happy all the time. You don't got to be sad all the time. You have to return home. Peace is home. As long as you're peaceful and you're in that vibration, you're at home. You're safe. Then you can choose to back out of that space and focus with the mind, through the mind, on the things that you desire. And you can choose to entertain positive thoughts because they assist you in moving into the vibration that resonates with what you desire. But once again, it's not the thoughts themselves, it's the energy, it's the frequency that you're in. It's the frequency that you're in based on the thoughts. The thoughts assist you in moving into that frequency. The frequency creates, not the thoughts. The frequency creates, not the thoughts. Once again, the thoughts only assist you in moving into the frequency. And here's the thing. The thoughts themselves are limited. The things that you think about are extremely limited because you're only working with the imagination, the faculties of the things that you've seen already. You're here to experience things that are unimaginable. So you having the thought is a very small piece of the puzzle. It's more so just the springboard of you moving into the vibration that resonates with the reality that you want to experience, that in truth you could never think of. What you truly desire, you could never think of. But of course, the positive thoughts only assist you in moving into that vibration that is allowing for what you couldn't think of to come into your life. They're tools. That's why we say the mind is a tool. The tool manifests the vibration. The vibration is what is allowing you to move into the reality that you intend to experience. The heart space, beloved, come home. You trust the process so much that you can truly be here and not invest energy into things that you think are going to happen, in attempting to protect yourself and prepare for what you don't want. You know how irresponsible that is. But once again, love is not logical, beloved. It's beyond that. This observation of infinite intelligence unfolding, absolutely brilliant, seamless. The same intelligence that's responsible for the cosmos. When you realize who you are, you recognize that you have absolutely no reason to doubt anything that's taking place right now, because you realize how brilliant you are. You don't make any mistakes here, beloved. Even the mistakes that you assume are mistakes are but ignorance of the ego mind. We assume in ignorance that it's a mistake, only proving our own ignorance. That's why judgment is so ignorant. Fear is so ignorant. We assume a problem with what we don't understand. And that's why awareness is so important. Vital. You will continue to be rocked. This life is amazing. Especially this time in our experience on our timeline within this fourth dimensional framework. We have no idea what's happening in the next split second. Because we're in unpredictable times. An amazing time to be alive in the love story. Moving into a whole new reality that we have no inclination of what looks like, or how it functions, or what it feels like. The only difference between a student and a master is the master knows that he's a student, that she's a student, each and every day. the conclusions we come up with, come on, beloved, we gotta be a little more sophisticated than that. Once again, arrogance is the forerunner of embarrassment. Relax. Be open. We stand on our toes by being present. We don't want to become complacent and assuming that we know and got it all figured out. Don't get complacent. Life is constantly teaching you, showing you realizations. You brought these people into your life. You're responsible for these realizations, this unfoldment. You. It's all you. So why not humble yourself and observe what you created for yourself? A deeper, more expanded aspect of self is in the process of revealing the things that's necessary for you to recognize so you can share that energy, share that information, share that knowing with those around you as a messenger. Come on, human angel, as a messenger. Are you paying attention so you can share the message? Be open with a healthy level of skepticism. We're not here to be naive and just let everything into our awareness. Be observational and considerate in your decisions. This is where the mind and the heart work together. You allow for the seat, the throne, to advise while using the functions of the focus of the logical mind to recognize the nature of what's taking place. This is where you realize and you have these realizations so you can share the information, so you can be the messenger. Creator beings of divine expansion and exploration. It's time for us to develop a different relationship with the universe. Many of us have this mental idea that it's us existing in this universe or in this world. That is a distorted approach to our reality. You. The universe is an extension of you. It's an extension of you. When you recognize the deep implications of such a statement, everything changes. Trusting our creation enough to truly be healed. And I say trust so nonchalantly, but once it's well, saying it and doing it are two totally different ball games. You always knew that you would come to this point and have such a responsibility. Inside, then outside. Inside, then outside. There's no one here to save you. You are in the game. You're creating your desired experiences through proactivity. This is a lifestyle choice. We get up every day, follow the heart. We get up every day and grind. There is no plan. There's no plan of execution or anything we got to. We get up every day and we go to work. What's being presented is exactly what needs to happen today. What's being presented right in front of you now is what's the most important thing on your mission right now. Again, life is infinitely intelligent. What's in front of you is supposed to be in front of you. It's the most important thing in life. A master mastering the physical reality. They trust that all that they intend is unfolding enough where they can be 100% invested in what's in front of them. This is a master who's mastering the physical reality, who's mastered this physical reality. This is the way of mastery. Yes, it takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes trust. It takes faith. It takes balance. It takes mastery. Life is happening for you. Living a lifestyle of healing where you're unfolding your greatest joy. This is where you're being the leaders that you came here to be, beloved. As a manifestation of the Creator, you're adding value in everything that you do. Enjoying the journey. This is a lifestyle choice. Everything that you do, you can do with a sense of grace and value and dignity and beauty and self-respect and opulence and great decadence, like royalty. Allowing value to be spread to love liberally your brothers and sisters and recognize reflections. This is all you now. This is something that you can do. It's all a choice. It's all in your awareness. It's in your way of being. This is not something that you wait for. These are things that can be implemented now. You can carry yourself with great dignity beyond being susceptible to emotional manipulation. This is the leader that you came here to be. You get to choose your timeline. Wow. You get to choose your timeline. Soak it in. You get to choose your timeline. I said it 3 times. Why? Because here's the thing. There's still plenty of souls that look around themselves and feel as if all these souls' decisions have an impact on them as an individual. Dependency. When we look outside of ourselves, the mind, the tool, the ego, it feels as if we are stuck with these people around us, and whatever they doing, I got to go with them. And this creates the idea that we need to try to convince people and awaken people, and we need the ascension. We need to tell everybody, tell as many people as you can, share the channel, share this with as many people as you can, because we need to raise the vibration and get this right and blah. They start selling stuff. Doesn't work like that, beloved. This is not something that you sell. You're not on a camp. This ain't Girl Scout cookies. You ain't selling nothing. You feel as if you go with them, when in actuality, humanity goes with you, beloved. Whatever you decide, the decisions that you make, the frequency that you're in, humanity as a whole, a version of it, goes with you where you decide to go. As you heal, as you evolve, you choose the timeline, as you embrace more unity consciousness, they're going with you. An infinite universe of infinite possibilities, all existing in this now moment, which is eternity, the hologram. The universe that you observe is an extension of you. You are not in this world. The world is in you. All that you observe is an extension of you. But when we in our head about the situation, we're like, oh yeah, well, I'm a piece of God, and I'm just, this, and well, we in the world, and if I leave, the world gonna continue, and this. Look, you are a universe, beloved. The world go with you. You underestimate yourself with this ignorance. This is a transitional period. We're in this 4th dimensional framework, and there's a blending. There's a lot of hypocrisy because of the old world and the new reality and the things that we're realizing about ourselves and the reality at hand. One of the things that are necessary for those serious students intending to truly do the healing work and evolve is this. It's important that we not attempt to pull these dualistic ideas into our healing path. We're replacing good and bad as a label with positive and negative. And we're attempting to establish a level of sovereignty around ourselves based on, our awareness of our energy and our sensitivity, and, labels like being an empath, and, it's just a bunch of different filters that come with our awareness and things that we can identify with when we start to clothe our harmonic essence. Now, I need us to understand this. Labeling people as energy vampires and cutting people off, they negative, and I'm not like that, I don't resonate with that energy and my vibe, and these are like logical placements and replacements of words that is basically a dualistic mentality. It's like religion. It's still like this religious framework, but we pull words, spiritual words, and like chakras and so on and so forth, and feel as if we speaking some encoded language, when in actuality we're still just being ignorant and creating blocks and separation and judging people and so on and so forth. And these are lower vibrations. These are lower vibrations. It don't work like that. Pulling old ideas and replacing the words and feel like this is some evolved language and we have this evolved perspective when we start blocking people and labeling folks, and it's still the same thing. It's messy. When it comes to energy vampires, right? Because I've heard that term so many different times, and as God, your energy is infinite. You cannot run out of energy. And yes, there are people that will talk to you and they have very dense energy in their conversation, complaining, and they don't like this and don't like that, and it's just after the other, gossip and so on and so forth. Now there's a level of unconditional love inside with we accept everybody. Now we choose to invest a certain amount of people, and we can choose to invest a certain amount of energy into spending time with certain people. That's okay. This is managing one's energy, your energy investment. It's just that to feel that you need to cut yourself off from people, or you need to block and stop certain and get people away from you as if they are a disease. This is distorted. There's nothing that happens in your life. There's no one that you talk to. There's no one that crosses paths with you that's not supposed to be there. There's no such thing as a waste of time. You're observing infinite intelligence. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's a problem, or this is a hurdle and something that you need to fix from your life because it's being presented. You're a healer, beloved. As a healer, you're here to be around people as a healing presence. They need a person that has a certain level of compassion. They feel secure enough to express themselves to you, all their insecurities and the things they have doubt about and things that bother them or whatever. I'm not saying you necessarily here to be a therapist, but based on your level of personal acceptance and compassion and empathy and gentleness, you have to recognize that life is presenting you with the opportunities to be more and more graceful each and every day, more compassionate, more empathetic, more gentle, more observational, more present, more healing each and every day through your experiences, through the people down the street and so on and so forth. The dude at the corner store that's always asking for change or whatever the case may be, you don't need to know what he's going to do with the money and all that. He's giving you an opportunity to give. You want the support and the money that you need to do all the things that you're trying to do. Life presents you with an opportunity to give a little teeny bit, and you're going to turn it down? You don't want to, it's giving you an opportunity to invest in your own experience. Blocking out the blessings, the opportunity that life is presenting us every day. You're here to manifest and experience great things, beloved, but come on, you have to participate. And yes, you have to invest energy sometimes. You have to listen sometimes. You have to be compassionate sometimes. Of course. You're funding your own show through your ability to be present and accept the opportunities that's being presented. Once again, life doesn't put anybody on your path by accident. We're not saying you're just accepting everything. And he's not, once again, he's not being naive about the situation, but you're sensitive enough to know when you're being presented with an opportunity to share your love, to be loving, to be unconditional, to be of service, to be of support, emotionally, sometimes monetarily, sometimes intellectually. And all you had to do was show up. Show up and listen to your heart and get out your head. with all the judgment and all the labels. It's draining. It's not beautiful, beloved. Once again, judgment make you ugly. It's draining all your energy. It takes away your vitality. Judgment make you ugly, beloved. You don't want that. Observe. Life is happening for you. You're conscious now. You're aware now. There's no going back to the old reality. Now you know life is happening for you. Back from that. There's no coming back from that. If you intend to do all the things that you intend to do, and you say who you say you are, everybody calling themselves a goddess and God this, Ashe, opportunity being presented to you, and you pass it on people getting on your nerves. I don't like that and this and woo woo woo. Where all that stuff go? This is about embodiment, beloved. Embodiment, real compassion, real empathy, real maturity, real evolution. Unconditional love is the name of the game. Peace is who you are. You're not your thoughts and all the things that come in and out and all the things that's going on in the brain. You get to choose. Your feelings are your best friends. Trust your experience. You're in the midst of a miracle. You're awake. You're alive, and you're conscious of what's taking place. On the cusp of your liberation, and you're doing the work. You're in the leading edge. This is the cutting edge of the experience. Those souls willing to take responsibility. The leaders of the new earth. The ones willing to solve their problems and take responsibility for their circumstances and situations. You're being groomed to stand up first, to get up first, to get on stage, to be on the mic. You're being groomed to do the work. It's an everyday affair. It's a lifestyle choice. And every day that you get up and take accountability and say thank you, be grateful for the air that you breathe, you see it, you ain't in no physical pain, you have all the things that you need to do what you need to do in the now moment, you're blessed. And in the process of leading the species into their own liberation, you know what kind of celebration that's gonna look like? You know how amazing that is? You have no idea what it looks like to see an entire species celebrate their liberation, beloved. You have no idea. Ground yourselves, beloved. Ground yourselves one more time. In great gratitude and who we are of the angelic realms of the Galactic Council, of the Galactic Federation of Light, and who I am humbly as your Commander Ashtar. Next time.